Picture this, waking up early, sipping a warm cup of tea in silence, and setting the pace for a successful day. That's the magic of a morning routine. Every day is a fresh canvas, a new opportunity to paint our masterpiece. But how we begin our day, the first few brushstrokes on that canvas, often set the tone for the entire masterpiece. That's where the power of a morning routine comes into play. Let me share a personal anecdote. A few years back, I was a bit of a night owl, working late into the wee hours, waking up groggy and tired and rushing through my mornings. It felt like I was constantly chasing the day rather than leading it. The stress and anxiety were overwhelming. Then I stumbled upon the concept of a morning routine. I was skeptical at first, but decided to give it a try. And that decision, my friends, was a game changer. I began waking up at dawn, giving myself plenty of time before the world started buzzing. I replaced my hurried breakfast with a calm tea ritual, spent a few minutes meditating, and planned my day. It didn't take long for me to notice the difference. I felt more in control, more peaceful, and less stressed. The morning routine was like a sanctuary, a haven from the chaos of the world. It allowed me to start the day on my terms, with positivity and calmness. It became my time for self-care, for mental wellness. It's fascinating how such a simple shift in routine can have such a profound impact on our mental health. My morning routine has become my secret weapon against stress and anxiety, my pathway to mental wellness. It's a tool that prepares me for the day, equips me to handle whatever comes my way with grace and composure. So that's the story of how a morning routine became my secret weapon for mental wellness. Remember, our mornings are the first brushstrokes on the canvas of our day. Let's make them count. Let's make them beautiful. But don't just take my word for it. Let's hear from some individuals who've seen a drastic change in their lives thanks to their morning routines. First, we meet Jane, a busy working mum from Liverpool. Jane used to start her day frazzled, juggling breakfast for her kids, answering work emails and dealing with the everyday chaos. However, she decided to take control. Jane started waking up half an hour earlier to enjoy a quiet cup of tea, do some light stretching, and set her intentions for the day. This small shift has made a world of difference. Jane says she now feels more centered, calmer, and ready to tackle the day ahead. Next, let's talk about Tom, a software engineer in London who was always rushing to meet deadlines. Burnout was just around the corner. Tom realized he needed a change. He began his day with a brisk walk in the park, followed by 10 minutes of meditation and a nutritious breakfast. This routine is now sacred to Tom. He says it's helped him manage stress, improve his focus, and increase his productivity. And then there's Priya, a university student in Manchester who used to struggle with anxiety and low moods. Priya decided to implement a morning routine that included journaling, yoga, and a gratitude practice. This routine has helped her manage her anxiety and start her day on a positive note. Priya now looks forward to her mornings and feels more confident and happier. Lastly, we meet James, a retiree in Birmingham, who felt aimless after retirement. James started his day with a morning routine of reading, gardening, and playing chess. He says this routine has given him a sense of purpose and improved his mental well-being. Inspiring, isn't it? These stories prove that a morning routine can indeed be a game changer. Now you might be wondering, how do I start my own morning routine? Well, worry not, I've got you covered. Creating a morning routine is like crafting a masterpiece. It's unique to you, and it evolves over time. The first step is to understand what you want to achieve. Is it serenity, productivity, or perhaps a sense of accomplishment? Once you've identified your goal, you can start building your routine around it. Start by waking up a bit earlier. It doesn't have to be at the crack of dawn, but give yourself some extra time. This is your moment to set the tone for the day. Next, consider incorporating elements that promote mindfulness. This could be as simple as sitting quietly for a few minutes, or perhaps practicing meditation. Remember, it's not about achieving perfect silence, but rather about observing your thoughts without judgment. Now let's get that blood flowing. Exercise is a phenomenal way to kickstart your day. It could be a brisk walk, a yoga session, or a full-on workout. Choose an activity that you enjoy, because the key here is consistency. Journaling is another powerful tool. It helps you reflect, plan, and express gratitude. Start by writing down 3 things you're grateful for. You'll be amazed at how this simple act can shift your perspective and elevate your mood. Don't forget about nourishment. A healthy breakfast fuels your body and mind for the day ahead. Opt for whole foods, lean proteins, and plenty of fruits and veggies. And yes, you can have that cup of coffee or tea, but remember to hydrate with water as well. Lastly, remember that your morning routine should be flexible. Some days, you might want to switch things up. That's perfectly okay. The most important thing is that it serves you and contributes to your overall well-being. Remember, your morning routine should be something that excites you, not something that feels like a chore. So, you might be thinking, what does a morning routine have to do with mental wellness? A whole lot, actually. Let's dive into this crucial connection. First, let's consider the role of structure. Our minds crave a sense of order, and a morning routine provides just that. By starting your day with a set plan, you're giving your brain a roadmap to follow. This reduces the stress of decision-making and uncertainty, allowing you to start your day on a calm, confident note. Secondly, let's talk about mood. What we do first thing in the morning sets the tone for the rest of the day. Ever noticed how a rushed, chaotic morning often leads to a day filled with frustration and stress? On the flip side, a morning routine that includes activities you enjoy can boost your mood and set a positive tone for the day. Now let's touch on self-esteem. When you stick to a morning routine, you're essentially keeping a promise to yourself. Each time you do this, you're building trust in your ability to follow through, and that does wonders for your self-esteem. As we move further into the 24th year of the third millennium, the focus on mental wellness and self-care continues to grow. The world is beginning to understand the importance of taking care of our minds just as much as our bodies. Mindfulness exercises, deep breathing, and gratitude practices are just a few examples of the current trends being incorporated into morning routines around the world. But remember, the key to a successful morning routine is to make it your own. Don't just follow trends because they're popular. Choose activities that resonate with you, activities that make you feel good. After all, your morning routine is all about starting your day in a way that benefits you. So, a morning routine isn't just about getting your day started right. It's also about taking care of your mental health. Scene script. Are you ready to transform your mornings? Let's take the morning routine challenge. Picture this. A new dawn breaks, and instead of hitting the snooze button, you spring out of bed, ready to embrace the day. You've got your morning routine down to a science, and you can't wait to start. Sounds too good to be true? Well, it doesn't have to be. You see, morning routines aren't just about getting stuff done. They're about setting the tone for the day ahead. They're a way of telling your brain, hey, we're in control here, we've got this. And that's a powerful message to send. So, here's my challenge to you. For the next 7 days, try out your own personalized morning routine. It doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, the simpler, the better. Here's a quick rundown of what you could include. First, upon waking, take a few moments to breathe deeply and stretch. This will help wake up your body and mind. Next, engage in some form of physical activity. This could be as simple as a brisk walk around the block or a quick yoga session. This will not only get your blood pumping, but also release endorphins, those feel-good hormones. Then, nourish your body with a healthy breakfast. Remember, food is fuel, and what you eat can have a big impact on your mood and energy levels throughout the day. Lastly, take a few minutes for some mindfulness exercises. This could be meditation, journaling, or simply sitting quietly with a cup of tea. This is your time to connect with yourself and set your intentions for the day. And there you have it. A simple, yet effective morning routine that promotes mental wellness. I challenge you to try this for a week. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. So, are you up for the challenge? I'd love to hear about your experiences, your triumphs, and yes, even your struggles. Share your journey in the comments section below. I can't wait to hear about your journey.